Hey, what is going on everyone? This is iReviews back with another video, and this is the biggest video I've ever done on this channel. In this video, I will show you guys a full review of iOS 14, containing more than 300 new features and changes that you will be able to find on the new iOS 14. So I really need your help with this one. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Also, don't forget to comment below and share this video with your friends. So let's get started. Here is a full review of iOS 14. Starting things off with the home screen, there are a bunch of new things that you will find on the home screen. We have a new icon for the calendar app, as well as an updated icon for the clock app. Magnifier now is an app, so you will basically find a new icon for Magnifier on your home screen. And the fitness app is new. Basically, it was activity app, and now it has been updated and it has been renamed to fitness. Also, you will be able to go to the edit mode simply by tapping and holding anywhere on the screen of your device. And if you go ahead and 3D touch on any of the apps that have a widget, they will be no longer shown here on the 3D touch menu. Now, previously, if an app had a widget, it will show it right here. Now it's gone. You can slide through different pages on the home screen simply by tapping and holding the page dots right here and just swipe like this in order to get to any page you want. Also, if you go to the edit mode, you will notice that now we have a new minus button right here. Basically, it will replace the the delete button that was on iOS 13. And if you go ahead and try to remove an app, you will have the option to remove that app or just remove it from the home screen. Basically, that will add it to the library of apps that is new on iOS 14. You have the same option here for folders, so now you can remove folders from the home screen of your iPhone. So just go ahead, tap on remove folder, and it will be sent. All the apps that contain on that folder will be sent to the app library. Also, you will have the same option within folders to move between different pages. Just tap right there on the page dots on the folder and you will be able to move through different pages on the folder. And by going to the edit mode and tapping the dots right here, you will go to an edit mode for the home pages on the home screen of your iPhone, which allows you to remove any page that you want. Basically hide that from the home screen, and once you want to see that again, you just tap right there, tap done, and you will bring back that page to the home screen. There is a total new interface for Siri on iOS 14 that has been changed, and now it won't take up the old screen of your iPhone. Also, when it shows results, it will no longer take up the old screen. So just like that. So what's the weather in New York City? And you can see right there the result will be just like a banner of the notifications. It won't take up the whole screen. Now with Siri on iOS 14, you will also be able to send audio messages as well as share ETAs using Siri. One of the biggest features of iOS 14 is of course the new app library. So it will automatically categorize your apps. You will have here like different folders. So you can see here we have the recently added, and we have a folder which has like 3 big icons. You can launch any of those 3 apps by tapping on them, or if you tap on the smaller icons, it will open the folder from there. You will have the app library search bar right there, which allows you to search for any apps, and you can also search by using company names. So if I search for Google right here, it will show me only Google apps. So I don't have to search apps by name. I can search them using their company's names as well. So like Apple, Google, and all that, it will show basically those apps. And you will have the letters here, which of course allow you to jump to different like apps from here. And if you have an app which has been uploaded, basically removed from your device, that you're not using it, it will show you right here like a little icon that indicates that that app is no longer on your device. Basically, it has been uploaded, and that's of course really awesome. You will also see notifications for the apps that you have notifications. You will see them right here on the icons, and if you tap and hold on any blank space, you will be able to go ahead and enter edit mode. Of course, you can delete apps directly from here. Now by deleting them from here, they will be totally deleted from your device. And you can also move apps to the home screen simply by swiping them like this. So just swipe them out of the app library and you will be able to see them on the home screen of your device, which is of course really cool. Now one thing I have noticed is that you cannot delete like stock apps. So if I tap right here, you can see on the settings, it will just say remove from the home screen. If you have that icon on the home screen, you will have that option, but not, of course, delete it from the app library right here. And that's, of course, really awesome. Now, if you're within a folder, you can also enter the edit mode. So within a folder, just tap and hold anywhere on a blank space and you will go to the edit mode again. The home screen widgets are the biggest feature of iOS 14 and they are pretty cool, although they're read only and you cannot like interact with them. That's a bad thing, but anyways, so you will still have the ability to use the old one, the legacy widgets, by going to the widgets panel. Of course, not on the home screen. You tap and hold here anywhere, tap the edit button, and you will be able to go ahead and add widgets on the widgets panel just like you used before. Now you can see right here they have been redesigned and now they are smaller, basically to be the same size as the new widgets. Now on the widgets panel, now you will have like a redesign here and of course a new search bar right there, which makes it look better and of course fit more with iOS 14. When you go to add a widget, you can see now at the top you have a search bar where you can search for any widget that you want to add. And one really cool thing that I like is that when you go to add a widget, you can see the add widget button will be the same color as the widget based on which widget you're setting. And a really cool thing is widget stacks. So basically you can have smart stacks or you can just combine different widgets together. So here I have a stack of widgets and of course I can go through them just like this. And if you have like two different widgets on the home screen, you can just go ahead and drag one of them to the other one, and just like that you will create a stack of widgets, which is really cool. Now if you 3D touch on it, you can go ahead and remove that widget from the stack, or you can tap on edit stack. Now on edit stack you can enable smart rotate, or you can go ahead and just basically delete any widget or rearrange them any way you like, which is really cool. A really cool widget is the weather widget. Now with the weather widget, you can have multiple weather widgets on the home screen, basically having different cities on them. So here I have New York, I can have another one here, maybe like London or any other city that I want. And if you tap on a widget here, so there are widgets that can be edited. For example, the weather widget, if I just go like that, I will be able to go ahead and change the location from here, so you can edit that widget. And the other one that is my favorite is the battery widget. Now with the battery widget, if you don't have any devices connected to your iPhone, it will only display your iPhone's battery. But here I have my AirPods and it will also show the AirPods battery. That is really cool. And if I go ahead and enable low power mode, you can see that now that will be yellow. Basically it indicates that you have low power mode turned on. Picture in picture is the other very cool feature that Apple has added to iOS 14. Now to enable this, you will need to be on the default player of iOS, and there are a lot of apps that also support it. So basically you will have this button right here that will detach the video and put it on the picture in picture mode. Or if you have it enabled to automatic, which I will show you in a while how to do that, all you have to do is just swipe out of the app and it will put the video on the picture in picture mode. Now here we'll have all the controls of the video. You can hide it just like that. You can grab it to bring it back, or you can just go ahead and tap on that little arrow to bring it back. Now if you double tap on it, you can resize it, so you will have 3 different sizes. So you have the small one, the middle one, and the bigger one, and you can change between them simply by double tapping on the video. On iOS 14, if you take a screenshot of your device and you go right here to the color picker, you will see a totally different design. You will have here 3 different ways in which, of course, you can go ahead and pick the color. So you will have grid, you have spectrum, and then you will have sliders as well. You can enter the hex number right here if you want to specify any different color, and you will also have the ability to set the opacity directly from here. And you will notice here we have a few colors which you can add that are basically your favorite color. So if you set a color right here, you need to save this, you tap the plus button, and that color will be added right there and saved for later use. So anytime you need to use that, you will have it right there. You will also have the color picker right here, so just tap there, and now you will have this picker that allows you to basically just find and choose any color that you have right there on that screenshot, and that's really awesome. And now shape recognition is here as well. So you probably know that Apple did show that feature on iOS 14, iPadOS 14 actually, but it also works on the iPhone. So if I just go ahead and draw right here like an arrow, I can tap and hold there and it will basically recognize that shape, and you can see it will make it look much better. Spotlight Search on iOS 14 has now been renamed to just Search. You will see here a new design for the titles right here, for the arrows. Also, you will see handoff suggestions right here, which of course are really cool. Now, one of the best features is that as you type, it will show you like different results. So if I search for backdrops right here, you can see it will autofill there, and now I have the option to just go ahead and click the go button as I'm typing, and it will open that first result as easy as that. And you will also have now web search. From there you can search the web, and it's basically redesigned in a few ways, and it looks much better, and of course it's much easier to use with the type and go features. Is really cool. So you will have results like for apps, search on web, anything you want directly from here. The control center also has some new features. You will notice right there at the top you will see an icon for the camera or the mic, and it will show you the name of the app that has recently been using your camera or your mic. We have some new icons here. We have one for the sleep mode, and we have one for sound recognition. Now if you tap here, you will be able to enable different sounds for sound recognition, which is a new feature of iOS 14. Now if you go to the hearing feature here, let me just connect my AirPods. If you go to the hearing feature and enable live listen, you can see now it will show you the level of the headphones right there. By going to the magnifier, you will see there is a totally new redesigned UI for the Magnifier app on iOS 14. And by going to the camera here, you will notice that there are some new glyphs for the selfie and record video on the camera button on the control center. There is a very useful new feature on iOS 14 on the emoji keyboard. By tapping on the emoji keyboard, you will see that now there is a search bar right there that allows you to search for different emojis. Now you will see your recent ones right here, and you can of course search. So let's just say smile here, and you can see it will only show the smiling emojis. There are a lot of changes on the iMessage app, starting with pinned conversations. You just swipe like that and you pin a conversation, and now that will be shown at the top. Now you can add more conversations there just simply by dragging them and placing them at the top right there. Of course, you can rearrange these right here, or you can remove any one of them from the pinned section by dragging them down. Also, if you tap on the three dots right there, you will be able to edit your pins. So all the different like pinned conversations can be added from here. Just tap right there and can add one here or remove the other one. And you can see right here now we also have filters. So filters is a new feature on iOS 14 that basically allows you to filter your messages based on senders. So you will have unknown senders and known senders as well, and you will have a folder right there for all the other messages. On iOS 14 on iMessage, you will also now have mentions, so someone can mention you just like on a comment on the social media. Now you will also have a new typing indicator that will be shown here on the list. So if you just go to the list of the apps without going into a conversation, you will see the typing indicator right there. And also we have like a new interface right there for the profile pictures for your contacts. When you're basically typing on a group message, you will see that's totally different. Also now we have inline reply, so when you're replying on a group chat, you can send the reply to someone like specifically. When you go to the details of one of your groups or even contacts, you will see that there is a new interface right here. This has been updated and it looks much different. Now if you go to change the name or photo of the group, you will see that now you have the option to set an emoji as a group photo. You will be able to do that with contacts as well. So you will be able to set emojis as profile pictures of contacts. Now when you go to delete here an app, you will see like new interface right here. These have been redesigned. The glyph for deleting and also muting different conversations has been totally redesigned. There are of course other stuff like on iMessage. If you go to your emojis, of course there are new like options for emojis and new emoji stickers. Now if you go to edit your Memoji, you will have new styles. For headwear, you will have new hairstyles, and now you'll also be able like to add face coverings, as well as there are more age options for your Memoji, and of course there are new Memoji stickers as well. When you go to your calendar to set an event, you will see here a new change as well. You will see a new time picker right there. Now all you have to do is just tap on it and you will be able to enter any time you want, and you also have a new date picker. There are a ton of new changes on the Photos app as well. Now you can have different folders on the Photos app. You can see here if you go to an album, it looks much different. So now you can zoom in and out on pictures just like you do on the All Photos tab with iOS 13, which is really cool. Also, you have a new action menu, so if we go right there, you can see this is totally different. Now you can add photos from here, you can zoom in and out on photos, you can change the aspect ratio to grid of the grid here, so you can change the aspect ratio, or you can go to square, which of course is really awesome. And you can also now go ahead and sort pictures. So you will have here on the albums, not on the main like all photos section, but on the albums you can sort pictures. So you have here different options. You have a custom order, which basically allows you to place the pictures anywhere you want, or you can switch to oldest to newest or newest to oldest from here, and you will be able to rearrange your photos, which is really cool. Also on the folders here, if you tap on the three dots, you will be able to now play the memory movie directly from here, which is really cool. And you also have filters. So if you go here, you can go ahead and filter the pictures that you are seeing on this folder. And what's really cool is that now you can zoom way more on pictures. So the zoom is actually really cool, and you can zoom way more than on iOS 13. And now you can also add different captions to photos. So just swipe up and you will have the option here to add a caption. And if a picture has a caption, you will also have the option to basically share the caption or not when you're sharing a video, which is of course really awesome. On the albums, you will also see a plus button right here that allows you to quickly add pictures from the photo library to that album. Also, if you go to edit a video, you will see now we have like a new interface right here. So if we tap done, you will see this new interface when you want to save this video. So if I tap on save as new clip, you can see that new saving video pop up there. That's new as well with the Photos app. And also the recently deleted album is now on reverse, which is really awesome and much better. There are a few changes on the camera app as well, like the green dot right there that indicates that an app is using the camera. So that will basically be system-wide. There will be a green icon and also a yellow icon, which indicate whether an app is using the camera or is using your microphone, which is of course really cool. Now on the camera app, you will see some new features. Now the quick video, like quick shot, is also enabled on all the devices as well. So you know, with the newer devices, you can basically from the photo section just tap and hold here and start recording a video. Now that has been enabled on the 10s and the 10R as well. Now also the option to change the video settings from the camera app right there has been enabled on all iOS 14 devices, which is really cool. And you can now shoot burst photos by simply tapping and holding the volume plus button. So that's really cool. If you want to shoot burst photos, just tap and hold right there and you're good to go. Now you will also have the option here to basically change the exposure on different videos. So there's a new button right there for exposure, and it will also indicate right there at the top the exposure that you're setting on your picture. You will have that new chevron as well, and you will also have here like a new interface for the night mode. So if we go here, you can see that if we're on the night mode, you will see this new interface right here. And also Apple has made it much easier to scan smaller QR codes with the camera on iOS 14. The weather app of course has new features as well. You will see now the air quality for cities, you will see next hour perceptions, and of course multi-day perceptions right here, which is really cool. And you can now view different locations without having to add them. So if I go here and search a location, so let's just search here for like, let's say Berlin. You can see right here, I can tap and search for that city and I can view it, and I don't have to add this to the weather app. Of course, I will have an add button right there if I want to add it, but it will basically just show the weather right here. Now it's slow, but it should show the weather right there without having to actually open and add that city to your weather. And you can also now switch between cities just like you do on the home screen simply by tapping at the dots right there and swiping like this. It's really awesome with the weather on iOS 14. Apple has done an amazing job. And you can see right here at the bottom of the city, it will also show you weather for different streets. So basically, if you want to see like more precise weather forecast for any like street that you're on your location, you can tap right here at the bottom. There are a few changes on the clock app as well. Bedtime now is gone and it has been replaced with sleep, which you will find under the alarm section. So if you go to change here, you can skip tomorrow's alarm simply by tapping right here, wake up to alarm, and just like that you will skip tomorrow's alarm. So basically with sleep, you can set like your schedule where you want to wake up and when you want to go to sleep. Also, of course, if you want to set a new alarm, now we have a new time picker as well on the clock app, which basically just allows you to type the time that you want to set the alarm. On the news app, you won't see a lot of changes, but if you go to one of the articles and you go to dark mode, you will notice that now you will see the articles are on dark mode as well, which used to be an issue before. On the Maps app, you will now see new buttons here for the route. So you will see different design, also a new like button for cycling, which is new with iOS 14. Also at the top right there, you can notice there is a button. If your location services are turned off, you will see a button right there. And then you will also find like different guides for different cities. There are a few cities that are supported right now. Not all of them are, but you will find like different guides here for different cities that you're visiting. On the Notes app, now we have a totally white background. There is no like gradient look. Now we just have a plain white field where you can write notes. Of course, you will see a new layout here. Now you can hide and collapse folders like this, which is really cool. You will have a new button right here on the home screen to add a new folder as well. Now going into folders, you will notice we have like a new menu here for the action menu, of course, where you can change to a gallery view, and of course you can sort notes from here, and of course select notes and add new folders as well, which is really awesome, and of course very convenient. Now we can see if we go back, we have here recently deleted, which has now a new icon. And what's really cool is that now pin notes can be hidden and collapsed right there from the top. And you will also be able to now create folders within folders, which is really awesome. So inside a folder, you can create a totally new folder. Now, by going to the search bar, you will now see top hits. So if I search for iOS 14 right here, you can see it will show me top hits right there at the top, which is really awesome. You can change also the text style simply by tapping and holding here. It will show you the menu. You just go ahead and release the finger to the style that you want. And now with iOS 14, Notes also has scanned and much improved scanning when you want to scan documents using the Notes app. There are a few changes on the FaceTime app. You will get picture-in-picture for FaceTime calls. So you don't have to stay on the FaceTime app. You can go out of the app and still have the video on the screen anywhere you go. There's the compact UI that you get on the phone app. Basically shows the banner at the top indicating that someone is calling you. Also, an emoji has been named to Memoji within FaceTime. And now we have sign language prominence. So if someone is using sign language, it will be prominent on a group call on FaceTime. On the Reminders app, you will find a new icon here for today. So it will basically show the current date. Now you can set a new reminder starting here from the homepage without having to go to any list. Now if we go to a reminder here, you will notice that the detailed view has been updated. There is also a new date picker right here, as well as a new time picker for reminders, which is really awesome. And now we also have a new action menu right here, which basically lets you select reminders. And now with this feature, you will be able to edit multiple reminders at the same time. So you want to set like reminders as complete or something like that, perform an action for multiple ones. You can just go ahead, select them, and do that very easily. On the Music app, you will find a redesigned UI when playing songs. You will see that the background will look just like the one that you get when you're viewing lyrics of a song. You can also use the scrubber on the lyrics view, as well as you will have haptic feedback when using the controls on the Music app, which is really awesome. you will get a new listen now section, and when going to the search button right here, you will find different categories that you can browse from here. If you go ahead and try to search like for any artist, so let's just search here for Eminem, you can see that the design here is totally different. You will have top results, and then you can switch here between artists, albums, songs, and all that, which of course is really awesome. Now on any song here that you go ahead and 3D touch, you will see that the play button and also the love button have also been redesigned. There are a few things that have been added to the Health app. Of course, sleep, which is a new feature of iOS 14. So you can set up sleep right here, which is really awesome. Of course, I suggest you use it. It's really important that you sleep well and you have like a schedule to maintain while sleeping. Now, if you go to your schedule, you can set the schedule right here. So with basically using the scrubber right here, you can set where you want to go to bed, when you want to wake up, and you can of course enable wake with alarm. You can set the alarm right here, and you can enable or disable snooze, which is also really awesome. And right here we'll also have like a feature which is wind down, that basically allows you to have like an hour or so that you wind down before sleep. So you can set up wind down right here, which of course is also really awesome. So you can set the time here to enable wind down. So let's just set up that later. And what's new also on iOS 14 with the Health app is hand washing. Now this has been added to the Apple Watch. I believe it works only on the Series 4 and 5, but basically we'll have hand washing, which of course is also really important. You will have all the data here, and you will find also a new here article for hand washing, and you can learn all that stuff that is really important. You will also see here that on the symptoms page that has been added with iOS 13.6, you will have now way more symptoms that have been added, and also you will see here under different categories here, you will see also mobility, which also is really important. On the Files app, you will find a new icon for On My Phone, a new icon for the recently deleted, and new download icons. The chevrons have also been redesigned. By tapping on the action menu right there, you will see we have a new action menu. Now when you go to search, you will find some things here. So let's just go here to On My iPhone and go to search. Now on the search here, you will see that if you tap right there, you can go ahead and switch between the icons and the list view. Also, you will be able to go ahead and basically choose date, size, kind, and all that from here, which of course is also really awesome. On the images, this is really interesting. If you 3D touch, now you will have the option to basically rotate images directly from here. And when you go to rename one of the files, you will see this is a new UI for actually renaming files. It won't take up the whole screen. You will just see that little indicator there that lets you of course go ahead and rename your files. The action menu within folders has also changed, so by tapping there, you will see that now you have the option to create a new folder there, and you can change between the list and the icon view from here, and of course you can sort the different files directly from here. On the App Store, if you go to an app, right here at the top you will see different details regarding that app. And if you tap on the dev right there, it will show you more games or apps from that dev. Also, if you scroll down, you will see the compatible devices right here. So it says here works on this iPhone, but if you tap, you will see the names of all the other iPhones that it does support. Of course, all other Apple devices here have iPads and all that. And if you go to search, now you will have autofill here, so you can see it will basically suggest right there and will just autofill everything you're searching. On the phone app, you of course get the new compact UI when receiving calls, which is a very welcome feature, and you will get the same with voice over IP calls, which is of course really important. And now you will have a new view when you want to change audio sources on your calls. So here, if I just try to make a call, 3D touch there, you can see that now we have this new view when picking of course the audio source. If you go to one of your contacts, you will see new buttons right here that have been redesigned, and if you go to edit the profile picture, you will see that now you will have more options. You can go ahead and now set one of the emojis as a photo for one of your contacts, which is of course really cool. Now if you choose one of the letters here, you can go ahead and tap and you can add any text you want right here for any of your contacts, so you don't have to use the text that has automatically been added right there, which is of course really cool. And you can also now add Memoji stickers as like profile pictures for one of your contacts, which is really cool. Now everything can be done here from these buttons. So you will have the camera, you have the photos, you have here the stickers, and of course the emojis as well, which can be added as profile pictures for your contacts. There are not a lot of changes on the Mail app. You will get a new icon for the VIP folder right there. Also, if you want to go ahead and mark any of your emails, you will see now it has an icon on the 3D touch menu. On Safari on iOS 14, when you want to set a new tab, you will see that if you tap and hold right here, it will show this new redesigned menu. That will also be available right here. When you tap and hold the tabs view, you can see it's totally different as well. Now let's go to some more important features here. You will have the ability to translate pages within Safari. So you will have the ability to translate directly from there. You will also get privacy reports now. So you will have basically privacy reports, and it shows you websites and trackers as well. Of course, you can switch from there right here, which is of course really important. Also, Safari now is way better on performance. So according to Apple, it's like twice as fast as Safari on iOS 13, which is really cool. Now also, when you tap and hold the back button right here, you can see that we have a new menu as well. So all these menus on iOS 14 have been redesigned and they're much more compact. On the voice memo apps, you will see like lighter colors on the interface right here. We have now folders where you will see your favorites and all of your recordings, and you will have a button right there to create a new folder. Now if you go ahead and delete one of your recordings, you will also see that now we have a recently deleted right there. You can of course go ahead and favorite now any of your recordings, and they will be placed on the favorites folder. This is really cool. And if you go to one of your recordings and you go to edit, you will have the option to now actually go ahead and improve the sound by using this button right there. A big change on iOS 14 has been made on the Magnifier. Now Magnifier is a standalone app and it's really redesigned. Everything here is new. You will have the slider right here to zoom in and out. You will be able here to adjust the brightness directly from the camera. Here you will have like the contrast. Everything can be done directly from here. You will have different filters that you can apply, and of course you can turn on or off the flashlight. By going to the settings, you can go ahead and basically add the primary controls. You will have the secondary controls as well. So the primary will be the one at the top to which you can have access easier, that one right there. Of course, you have the shooter button, and then you have here all the pictures that you have taken. By tapping there, you will view them here, and you of course have the ability to then go ahead and save them under the camera roll of your device. There is a new Translate app on iOS 14. So Apple now has a new Translate app, which basically allows you to translate on your device and of course online as well. So right here is the app. You have the two different languages right there. You can add any text you want there. You have of course text translation or even voice translation, which is really cool. Now what's most important is of course on-device translation, which allows you to basically have like certain languages downloaded, and then you don't need your device to be connected to the internet in order to translate on those languages. And you can see right here, if I switch to Spanish, it will also change the keyboard automatically, which is really cool. Now by changing to the landscape mode, you will see that now we have this conversation mode, which is really awesome. And of course you will be able to speak on the side and on that other side in order to like go ahead and translate to any language you want while you're speaking with someone. Something really cool is also the focus mode. So you can just basically tap right there to go to the focus mode. If you want to show someone like what you're talking about and be more focused on it, you will have this little button right here. And also we have like the dictionary, which is really important. So you can basically tap on any word and it will show you like the dictionary. Basically it will show you what that word means and all that. So more detailed like information regarding any word you select. On the podcast app, you will see a redesign here on the Listen Now page. You can see like bigger album arts right here, whatever you want to call them. So right here it has been redesigned a bit and it shows now way more details. And a smaller change here, the browse and the library have switched places. There are a ton of new changes on the Shortcuts app. You will see like a new design here. The colors are much brighter with the new iOS 14. Now you will have different folders here. So if you go to the folders, you will see you have a folder for all the shortcuts, and then you have share sheet. So these are shortcuts that you can use directly from the share sheet. And then you have Apple Watch, which are basically shortcuts that you can use from your Apple Watch. Of course, you will have like the option here to add new folders, and you can just like create a new folder here with different symbols, and you will have the ability to put there any like shortcuts that you want. You will have your favorites here as well. That's really cool. And by going to automations, you will see that Apple has added a ton of new automations on the Shortcuts app. You will have the new one for sleep there, and these are really cool. You will have an automation for low power mode, so you could suggest basically your iPhone what to do. You tell your iPhone what to do automatically when low power mode is enabled. Then you will have one for the battery level and one for the charger as well. That's really cool. And now for the last part of the video, we're moving to the Settings app, where you will find a ton of new settings on iOS 14. Starting from your profile at the top of the Settings app, you will see that now we have here media and purchases. This used to be App Store and iTunes, and now we have a new icon here for family and sharing. Now if you go here, you will also see a new splash screen for family and sharing, and you have a Not Now button right there. Now when you want to go to your media and purchases, you will have now to sign in with your Apple ID. Once you go here, you will see at the top you will have a new button to sign out. Now you will have here also manage payments, where you can manage all of your payments, and also you can change your country or region from there. Now you can add funds to your Apple ID from here, and you will also have your Apple ID balance right there. Now lower here will have your subscriptions, you have your purchase history, and you will also have your hidden purchases. So all the different apps that you have downloaded but you have hidden from the purchase history now can be restored from here. On the Wi-Fi settings, if you go to any of your Wi-Fi networks, now you will have here different warnings for weak security and the privacy warning as well. Now you also have the option to use a private address as your IP address right here. So by enabling this, you will use a private Wi-Fi address. Now the private Wi-Fi address will prevent network operators from tracking your iPhone. On the Bluetooth section, now you can rename any of your Bluetooth devices simply by tapping the I button right there. Now this used to be the option with AirPods, but now you can do that with any Bluetooth device. Under Sounds and Haptics, you will find a new section that says Reduce Loud Sounds. Now that's what it does. It will reduce the loud sounds on your headphones. You enable it right here, and you can set the sound with that slider. On the general settings, you will find now Picture in Picture here. This is a new section for the Picture in Picture feature, where you can enable Start Picture in Picture automatically, which means that once you go out of the app, it will automatically send the video to the Picture in Picture mode. Also, by going to the iPhone storage, you will find now a new search bar right there. If you want to search for any apps or anything on the storage of your iPhone, you can do that by using now that button at the top of the storage section. Now there is a new section on the Settings app called Home Screen. Now if you go to Home Screen, you will have a few options here. You can go ahead and enable the new apps if you want to add them to the home screen, or just add them to the app library. So if you want to add them to the home screen first, once you have them downloaded, you enable them right there. Or app library only, and the apps won't show on the home screen at all, just automatically put on the app library. And also you have an option here to enable notification badges on the app library. Under accessibility, you will see that the magnifier and also the voiceover have new icons. If you go ahead and go to touch and you scroll all the way down, you will have back tap. Now this is a new feature which is really cool on iOS 14, so you can basically double tap and also triple tap to perform any of the actions. You go to double tap or triple tap and pick any of the different actions here to perform using back tap, which is of course really amazing. Now by going to the AirPods section right here under accessibility, you will find audio accessibility settings. If you go there, you have headphone accommodations, which of course can be turned on from here. So just go there, turn on right there, and you will have the custom audio setup, which you can do from here. You will have three like different modes, which you can choose from. And you can also here basically enable soft sound boost. So you just go ahead and choose slight, moderate, or strong. So it will basically automatically boost like soft sounds on your AirPods, which of course is also really awesome. And if you go to the Siri settings under accessibility, you will see some changes here as well. So you can enable show apps behind Siri. So once you enable that, it will basically just remove the blur on the Siri background. It will just show the app completely. On the wallpaper section, you will of course find the 3 new wallpapers of iOS 14 and a change here on the preview. Now it will also show you not just the icons but the widgets as well. So all the iOS 14 widgets that you have on the home screen will also be displayed on the preview of the wallpaper. There are a few settings changed on the Siri section as well. On the Siri feedback, you will see we have new options there. Basically, they do the same thing, but the text is different there. You can always now show captions when speaking to Siri and always show speech. And one really cool option here is that now you can enable contact suggestions when sharing. So always when you're sharing something, you can see all those contacts that are suggested there at the top. Now you can go ahead and disable them. Now, if you go within an app, you can go ahead and suggest shortcuts for the app. You can disable that right there. You can disable suggest app as well. And also you have show content in search. So if you don't want to show content from a particular app when searching on your iPhone, you can go ahead and disable it here. Under privacy, you will find a new tracking section. So if you go right here, you can allow apps to ask basically to track you. You will also find now a local network. So these are all the apps that have required to have access to your local network. And of course, you can edit this from here, enable or disable anything that you want. And we have a new research sensor and usage data right here. If you go ahead and enable this, it will show you basically the new splash screen here and everything that it does. And scrolling down here, you can see advertising used to be advertising. Now it has changed to Apple advertising. Lower here, we'll see App Store. Now that used to be App Store and iTunes. Now it has been changed to App Store only. And if you go here, you can see that the automatic downloads have changed. Now you used to see there like books, music, and all that. Now all the thing you will see here is apps and apps updates. Of course, you can disable or enable them from here. Another change here is passwords and accounts. Now it's just passwords. If you go here, there will be no accounts, just the passwords and different websites. And you will also get like different security recommendations. On the reminder section, you will also get a new time picker here within the settings app, which is of course really cool. And lower here, you can mute notifications for assigned reminders. So if you don't want to get notifications, you enable that button right there. On the phone app, now you can change between a banner and the full screen call view. So the banner, of course, is the new one with iOS 14, but if you want to switch to the old one, you can do that from here. And now, of course, incoming calls also has a new icon within the settings of the phone app. Under the iMessage settings, you have an enable button to enable notifications when someone mentions you. Also, if you want to filter messages, if you've seen the video at the beginning on iMessage, I showed you different folders from where you can like filter messages. You can enable that feature from here. On FaceTime, you can also switch between a banner view and a full screen view, which is of course the old school one. And the eye contact feature of FaceTime now makes a comeback with iOS 14. You can of course enable it within the settings of FaceTime. On the Maps settings, you have now the new options for cycling right here that have been of course added to iOS 14, and you have navigation and guidance right here that has been changed as well. So basically a few small changes here on the Maps settings. Now if you go to translation, which is the new app of iOS 14, now right here you can enable on-device mode, which basically lets you translate without having to be connected to the internet, which is really cool. Under the music here, let's just find music. We have a few changes as well. We have motions. Now the new background that you get with iOS 14 while playing music, it has motion, and you can go ahead and enable or disable it directly from here. Under the music settings, you can also enable or disable automatic downloads, and also the volume limit has gone from the music section. I don't see it anywhere. Probably Apple has totally removed it. Under the camera settings, we have some new options. You can now enable mirroring for front camera. You also have prioritized faster shooting, which can be done right here. And you can use the volume up button for like burst pictures, which is really cool. And of course, on the settings app, you will also find a section for app clips. This is a new feature that Apple has added to iOS 14. So that's basically it for this video, guys. These are more than 300 new features of iOS 14. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully this video will help you learn everything that is new on iOS 14. Leave a like on the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Of course, share the video with your friends. I will see you guys on the next one.